In episode 29, there is a prom going on at their school. Well, Selena Gomez's twin brother is really excited to go. He wants to take his new girlfriend, Juliet, to the prom. Meanwhile, Selena Gomez thinks that she is too good for regular prom. So she is enlisting people to work with her to organize what she calls an anti prom. Basically, it's exactly the same thing as a prom, but with a different theme at the same time as prom. So the theme for the real prom is Best Night Ever, which how is that a theme? I don't understand. But Selena Gomez decides that she wants to make a zombie prom. So all of the decorations and everything are going to be zombie themed. They're going to have zombie themed refreshments, etc. Uh, Selena Gomez's twin brother obviously he follows all the rules and he's a good kid. So he's going to the regular prom and he invites Juliet. Well, the thing is, she's a vampire. She's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. This is her 524th prom, she says, which I guess that means that she's been going to prom for 524 years at least, which raises a question for me. Have proms been a thing for that long? I mean, 524 years takes you back to like the 1400s. Were there proms? Did she go to those? Maybe, I guess. I don't know. I haven't done research on when proms started, but I'm a little bit skeptical. But, or maybe she goes to more than one in the same year, but I feel like that would be a lot of prom dates. I don't know. The math doesn't work out for me in my head. But she's not enthusiastic about it. So Selena Gomez's twin brother promises her, I'm going to make this an experience like one you've never had before. Selena Gomez enlists her little brother to invite people to the zombie prom. So she gives him a whole bunch of flyers. I guess somehow, and it's not clear to me from the episode, and I had to rewatch this a few times to see if I could figure it out. I can't figure it out. Somehow he ends up sending them in the mail to zombies, but I don't think it was addressed to zombies. It doesn't make sense to me. Somebody explain to me in the comments if you understand how he sends it to zombies. But he invites zombies to the zombie prom, and they end up showing up. Meanwhile, Selena Gomez's little brother is having his own little side plot that connects with the other plot. So he has decided that he can make a little bit extra money by participating in a product test. So he gets what they call a no fear ring. It's a new clinical product that you put on your finger and it gives you no fear. So he's supposed to wear this for, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks or something and document how it works and if there are any side effects, anything like that. So he's wearing this. And it seems like it's not really having much effect on him. But, he's going about his regular day, working at the sub shop, etc. So he ends up lending the no fear ring. Wait, no. Selena Gomez takes the no fear ring off him using her pickpocket skills. And she gives it to Harper because Harper wants to ask Selena Gomez's twin brother's best friend, Zeke, out to the prom. Because she's given up for now on Selena Gomez's twin brother because he's with Juliet, but she wants to ask Zeke. But she's too afraid. So the no fear ring helps her get over her fear. She asks him to the prom, and the zombie prom, and he agrees to it. So Selena Gomez's little brother doesn't realize this, and he's trying to lend the no fear ring to his twin brother, and he's like, "Oh shit, where did it go?" And he's saying when he's promising to give it to his twin brother, like, "Okay, well, this might undermine the findings of the study." Yeah, you're damn right, it's undermining the findings of the study. You are interfering with science by you're supposed to be in a scientific study about the impact of this ring. And you're just like giving it. Well, Selena Gomez steals it and gives it to Harper, and then he's giving it to his twin brother. It undermines the integrity of the study. But basically, zombies end up coming to the zombie prom, and Selena Gomez's twin brother wants to sing Juliet a song. He wants to serenade her at the real prom, and he tries and does very poorly. But Juliet is still impressed, like, "Oh, you're so nice. I love you." Blah blah blah. Well, turns out the zombies are trying to eat people's brains. The people at the zombie prom challenge them to a dance contest and win, and then they end up having to leave. Let me look at my notes to see what else. Something that struck me as very, very strange about this. So once the zombies come to the zombie prom, and Selena Gomez realizes that these are real zombies and they're going to try to eat everybody's brains, she goes to the real prom to go get her twin brother to help. It's in the same building. Where is this prom being held? And where does the budget for the zombie prom come from? So, the school has a budget set aside, or, the senior class raises money for the real prom. However it works at this school, there is a set system for funding prom. It seems like, based on the decor and the refreshments, it seems like the zombie prom had a higher budget. Where's the money coming from? Selena Gomez is not rich. Her parents run a sandwich shop that they have said multiple times is barely breaking even. I mean, they do have real estate in New York. I mean, they probably rent their apartment, but it's probably expensive. Where's the budget coming from? And why are they in the same building? So usually a prom will be either on school property or the school rents out a location where people go for the prom. How did they rent out a space in the same building, like right next to the real prom. This is not how organizing events works. And they also organized it very last minute and somehow got the same space and this great of a budget. I don't know. I don't think Selena Gomez used magic to do this. It just doesn't make sense. It all works out after they beat the zombies in a dance contest and then banish them from the building. And so prom survives. In episode 30, Selena Gomez's uncle, who is a wizard still, comes to their lair to explain there has been some sort of technicality where the contest that he had with Selena Gomez's dad and Selena Gomez's aunt, whom none of them knew existed, other than her uncle and her dad and her mom. But the kids never knew that they had an aunt. But apparently, due to some technicality, those three have to redo their wizard competition that they did like 20 or 30 years ago. There's no explanation of what that technicality is and why that's the remedy for this technicality, but they have to gather all three of them together and redo the wizard competition, or the whole family loses magic. That seems like an extreme consequence for not getting all three of them to redo the competition. But that's what happens. So they have to find the aunt who has just completely fled and like lost contact with all of them because she's pissed off about how the contest happened. So it's revealed previously in the series that Selena Gomez's dad actually won the competition, but then decided, you know what, I want to marry this muggle, and there's a rule that you can't marry a muggle if you also are a wizard. So he gave up his powers and gave them to his brother. Well, it turns out that his sister is bitter about this because he, I guess, just unilaterally decided, well, brother gets it, and she thought that was unfair, and she should have gotten the powers instead of her brother. So they end up finding her. She's in Paris, and it's not clear to me whether it's Paris, France, or Paris, Texas. They say both at some point during the episode. Not clear to me. But she has become a painter, and they go and find her and they visit her to convince her to come back and do it. Well, she has been painting pictures basically about how much she hates her brothers. And so there's one of like, she's on a little island and a shark is attacking the boat that her brothers are in, etc. So she has not gotten over this 20 or 30 years later. But Selena Gomez straight up lies to her and says, well, you know what? My dad really, really wants to apologize to you, and he'll get on his knees and beg you to forgive him. And she's like, oh, well, I want to see that. So she comes back. Aunt finds out that Selena Gomez was lying and he has no intention of apologizing. So she just leaves. So she's not going to do this wizard contest. I guess the punishment is they all lose their powers. Well, the wizard auditor comes to take away their powers. And Selena Gomez gives this inspirational speech about how, you know what, she and her brothers realize that the wizard contest pits families against each other, but they love each other so much and they want to be family more than they want to be wizards. And this, I guess, touches the heart of the wizard auditor, who I guess he just comes and like flips a switch and gets rid of their power, which seems like a very strange way for wizards' power to be held. But everything about this show is strange. But it touches his heart, and he decides, you know what? I'm not going to take away your power anyway. Don't tell any of the authorities. Keep this on the down low. So I don't understand how the wizard auditor has that much discretion that just like a 15-year-old girl can give him a speech and touch his heart, and so then he can decide, you know what, let's just throw this rule out the window and let them keep their power. But that's what happens. This is the end of season 2, and they get to keep their powers, and they found out they have an aunt, and they all love each other. The end.